Alrighty guys, welcome back to the best investing money management channel on YouTube. I hope you guys are all having a great and amazing day today. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the one and only Palantir. This stock is getting obliterated and we're going to be talking about should you buy Palantir. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys do, hit that like button, subscribe. If you have any questions, concerns, let me know down in the comments. So let's talk about Palantir. So over the past couple of years, Palantir has gone from about $9 up to about $45. Now during this time, this company really focuses on government contracts. It does software and data, so it definitely is in a high growth sector to begin with. It hit $45 and sold off. Now the reason why we had sell off here is just because anytime a stock goes from $9 to $45, most of the time you're going to have sell off. And that's kind of what we saw. It established some support here at about $18, resistance up here at about $28. It consolidated there for a couple of months, hit 27, and slowly started stair-stepping its way down. It did release some earnings here, as you guys can tell, and it wasn't too bad. The issue right now that we face isn't bad revenue, is decent earnings per share. They actually missed their earnings per share on their last earnings report. But the reason why I think it is because Palantir makes most of their money off government contracts, right? They secured millions of dollars of deals over the past couple of years with the U.S. Army and virtually almost all of the military branches. And yes, looking at this earnings, right, when we go to this 10-minute chart, you'll notice they beat expectations by about $1.67 million, but they missed it on their earnings per share, and the future guidance for Palantir is very, very shaky. And that's why we had sell-off, right? If we go and look at this article here by CNBC, you'll notice, right, their revenue, they were expected to have about 471 million, and they brought in 473, beating expectations. Loss of 1 cent, and they were hoping to have about 3 cents of the earnings per share. The revenue was up about 26% year over year, which is awesome. So the company is bringing in money, which is fantastic. That's some of the stuff we need to look at for Palantir stock. But the issue we face is bringing in money for the long term, and that's where we have. Right, the CEO pretty much came out and said the Palantir's weak guidance is due to government work, right? They make most of their money off that. So given that right now the whole US is virtually kind of not spending like they used to, we're going to have sell-off from this stock. And not to mention, looking at it here, if we go ahead and we pull up just the Palantir earnings here for the quarterly financials, right? The revenue is up quite a bit. The net income, the diluted EPS, the net profit margin is negative 22%. So meaning every $100 Palantir brings in, they actually lose about $22 for each 100. The company is not profitable. And that's a huge thing for a lot of investors like myself. So personally, for me, answering that question of should you buy Palantir, it obviously falls in a high risk, high reward play. I've been buying Palantir just doing the dollar cost averaging strategy because I do think there is potential, whether it's in 2 to 5 years. But the reason why I just think that software data with government work, you will always have it. You may have slowdowns, and that's kind of what we have. But I definitely think right now just brings an opportunity to buy in at a more affordable price, right? But I understand before we see the stock up at highs, it could be years before we see that. This stock could be easily at $5 a share before we see that spike up. So for me, dollar cost averaging is a great way to get a good average price for my shares. On top of that, I'm only putting in about 0.5% to 1% of my portfolio into Palantir. So for every $100 I have invested into other stocks, other assets, I'm putting $1 or 50 cents into Palantir. And you might be saying, well, Carter, that's not even worth it. Well, it is. Let me explain. So if this stock pops up to 45, you have shares to make money, and you can always buy in if the company restructures or continues to grow. And if this stock sells off all the way down to zero, you're only out 0.5% of your portfolio, which isn't a big deal. So high growth, high risk, high reward, that's where I'm placing Palantir. We're going to have earnings that are solid. We're going to have earnings that are terrible. And the guidance is unknown. But I definitely think software data, we're going to get more and more reliable each and every year on this. So you just have to have that long-term outlook to make some money off this. But definitely, guys, if you're looking to invest in Palantir, understand it's going to be a roller coaster of a ride, but you have to have the temperament and understand that your portfolio is going to have massive swings, right? Going from 45 all the way down to $9 in the matter of less than, a year. You're going to have to understand that, guys. So that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, and we will see you guys later. Remember to stay happy, stay positive, and stay safe. Take care.